You're in tune to the Paperflip Real Estate Podcast.
Getting stuck with two homes at once is a financial nightmare that can wipe out your savings. So what if I told you that for most people, this whole catastrophe starts with one simple, overlooked mistake they make before they even think about listing their house? This isn't about a sudden market shift or just some bad luck. It's a huge error in your game plan. In this video, I'm going to cover exactly what the number one mistake is and give you the practical step-by-step plan to make sure this never happens to you. Stick with me because getting this right is the difference between a smooth move and a complete financial disaster. So let's start with the agitation. I want you to picture this. You just found your dream home. It has that perfect kitchen, the backyard you always wanted, and it's in the right school district. You make an offer, it gets accepted, and you over the moon, jumping for joy. You've already listed your current home, and you're sure it'll sell in a weekend. But then, radio silence. Days turn into weeks. The buyer for your old home gets cold feet and bags out. Suddenly, the closing date on your dream home is right around the corner, and you are legally still on the hook to buy it. But the cash you were counting on from selling your old home is gone. Now you are staring down the barrel of paying two mortgages. Ouch. Two sets of property taxes. Two insurance bills. Two sets of utilities. Your life savings, the money you set aside for retirement and the kids' college fund, is now just getting torched every month to keep your head above the water. This is not some scary story that I made up. I've seen it happen to good, hard-working families. I've had clients, we'll call them the Wilsons for name's sake, who walked right into this trap. They were so excited about their new home that they just rushed everything. They got a basic pre-qualification from their bank and just assumed their house would sell for top dollar instantly. When it didn't, and their first buyer's financing fell through, pure panic set in. You can only imagine. The stress, it was crushing to them. They were pulling from their 401k just to cover the payments. Every single phone call from their agent felt like a punch in the gut. It's a situation that can break you financially and emotionally. The mistake the Wilsons made, the number one mistake I see people make over and over again, has nothing to do with staging or pretty listing photos. It happens way before any of that stuff takes place. The number one mistake homeowners make when buying and selling is failing to create a rock-solid financial and strategic plan for doing anything else. They jump right to the fun part. Get to the good stuff, shopping for new houses, without building the solid foundation that protects them from disaster. So let's break down how to build that foundation step by step. So here's the first step, which is the bulletproof financial plan. Now, this is a way for more than a 5-minute pre-qualification call with your lender. Now, you need a deep, honest look at where you really stand with your money. This is the foundation for your whole entire move. First, you need to talk to a great lender, a real good one, not just for pre-approval, but for fully underwritten pre-approval if you can get one. This means the lender has already verified your income, your assets, and your debts, which gives you a much more reliable number for you to do your actual buying, so you know what your buying power is. This is your first dose of reality. You know what you're working with. You know what you're going shopping with in that dollar amount. Now, second, you have to calculate your true net equity. This isn't just what your home might sell for minus your mortgage. You have to subtract all the costs, and this includes agent commissions, potential seller concessions, closing costs, and title fees. And given the recent changes to how commissions work nowadays, you need to be crystal clear on this. Now, your agent should prepare what's called a net seller sheet. And this is for you that estimates this down to the dollar, all the way down to the dollar, showing you exactly how much cash you can walk away with. That final number is what you actually have to work with. That's the number you deal with. Now, finally, and this is the part that almost everyone skips, you need to talk to your lender about a backup plan. Now, ask them about specific tools for your specific situation. Now, a bridge loan is a short-term loan that bridges the gap between buying and selling. It can cover your down payment, but the interest rates, they can be a bit higher. Now, another option is a HELOC, or which is a home equity line of credit. You can take this out on your current home to pull out cash for the new one. Understanding these type of tools before you in the jam is absolutely critical. Knowing your numbers inside out is the only way to make a smart decision about the next big question we're getting ready to deal with here. And that is, should I sell first or buy first? Which one should you do? Should you sell first or buy first? Once your finances are crystal clear, you can actually decide on what the strategy is. And the right answer comes down to your money and what the local market is doing and what it's telling you. Let's look at selling first. This is the safest way to go, and it's what most people do. They sell a current home first. Now, the huge advantage here is that you completely remove the risk of holding on to two mortgages. You know exactly how much cash you have for your next home, which makes you a really powerful buyer. Now, sellers love offers that aren't contingent on another home selling, because that kind of slows things down, right? Now, the downside to that, you might have to move twice. That's the downside. But if your home sells before you find a new one, you could need a short-term rental or have to stay with family and friends or either end up putting your stuff in storage. Yeah, I know it can be a headache, and it also costs money. Well, let's look at buying first. This is really the dream scenario, right? You got your current home and you go out and buy your next one. Smooth, one-time move. You can close on your new place and move in at your own schedule before you even list your old one. But this is the riskiest path financially, really. You absolutely must be able to afford carrying two mortgages. In other words, even if you just do it for a month or two. This option is usually for people who either don't need the equity from their current home to buy the next one, or who have already been pre-approved for a tool like a bridge loan. The market always plays a huge role in some of these decisions. Now, in a hot seller's market where houses are flying off the shelf, selling first is a little less of a gamble. But in slower buyer markets, buying first could leave you stranded with two mortgages for months on end. So you have to look at the data and be honest with yourself about how much risk you can actually stomach financially. And look, I get that this is a whole lot to take in, and the details really, really matter here. You need to take a deep look at this. Now, nailing this strategy is the key to protecting your money and your sanity as well. Now, let's talk about the specific tools you can use in your contract to protect yourself. You think we're just going to get around to that? Well, it's true, and it's called mastering the art of contingency. Mastering the art of contingency. Now, whether you decide to buy or sell first, your best defense is using a contract contingency. Now, these are just clauses in your purchase offer that have to be met for the sale to go through. Now, think of contingencies as your legal escape hatch. The most important one for this type of situation is the home sale contingency. This clause simply says that your purchase of the new house depends on you successfully selling your current one. If your home doesn't sell by a certain date, you can just simply walk away from the new deal and get your deposit back, earnest money deposit. Now, there are a couple of flavors to this. You also have a sale and settlement contingency, and it's for when your home isn't even under contract yet. Now, a settlement contingency is for when you already found a buyer for your home that you're currently in, and you're just waiting for the sale to officially close. As you can imagine, sellers are much happier to see a settlement contingency since it's a lot less risky for them. In other words, you have a buyer for your current home that you're living in. You already have someone on the hook to purchase that home. It makes the sale go a whole lot quicker. And of course, in a competitive market, an offer with a home sale contingency could make you look weak. So what's another great tool? Well, here's another one. This is a goodie. It's a real good one, and it's called the rent back agreement. The rent back agreement. Let's say you sell your home first. Rent back is where you, the seller, literally rent your own home back from the new owners for a short period of time, like 30 to 60 days. Just so you can have some time to get yourself situated. Now, this gets the cash from your sale into your bank account, and it buys you precious time to find and close on your next home without having to move twice. And it can be a real fantastic way to bridge that gap. So it's another way of looking at things. So here's really the part that really matters in this whole thing about buying and selling and getting into your next home, and that's assembling a good A team, the pro team, the people that's going to help you out with this transaction between selling your current home and getting you into your next one. You can't and you shouldn't try to manage this whole process by yourself. Now, the final step is to get a team of pros who know exactly what they're doing, and it starts with a competent real estate agent who has a real provable experience with these kind of deals, these type of transactions. Now, don't be afraid to interview a couple of agents and just ask them straight out, how many clients have you helped buy and sell at the same time in the last year? It's critical you ask it just like that. How many clients have you helped buy and sell at the same time in the last year? And what is your strategy for doing so? A great agent acts as your project manager in this process, keeping all the moving parts in sync for you. And with the recent rule changes, you need an agent who can expertly navigate the new world of commission negotiations. Things have changed. Your A team also needs a fantastic mortgage lender on board who is a great communicator, and they also can move fast. And sometimes you might want a real estate attorney to look over your contracts, especially if you have a complex contingency in it, like a rent back agreement. Again, that's when you rent your current home out for a few months until you actually complete the sale. Your team is your defense mechanism. They're the ones who will handle the endless phone calls and the negotiations to keep both of your deals aligned and moving forward. And that's what you need, somebody to coordinate that transaction. Trying to buy and sell a home at the same time, it can make you feel like you walking on a tightrope. But avoiding that nightmare and getting stuck with two houses is not about luck. It's just about simply doing your homework. I mean, it really comes down to this. You make sure you create a bulletproof financial plan. Know your true equity and get a solid pre-approval and understand your financial options first. Get that done right away. And then next, you need to strategize your move and plan that out. Intentionally choose to sell first or buy first. And this is based on the money that you have and also what the current market is doing. Also use your legal tools. And that's mastering contingencies in your contract and rent backs to give yourself some security and breathing room. And don't forget, as we just discussed, and that's assembling your pro team, your A team. And this is for you to hire an experienced agent and an experienced mortgage lender who can manage all this chaos for you to get you through this. So the nightmare of owning 2 homes is totally avoidable. You really don't have to go through that. And if you follow these steps that was laid out in this video, you replace your fear and the anxiety as well with a clear, actionable plan. You put yourself in the driver's seat, in a sense, and you're making sure that you have a smooth and successful move into the next chapter of your life. And that's what you really want. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button for me so you can get more simple, practical real estate advice right here each and every single time. This has been Lloyd for Real Estate. I want to thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.